welcome to Voices, the cool show where you get to listen to cool music and see cool people perform. And now, for your host, me. Hey! Hello. I am Jermaine, and I need to turn the music off. Thank you for coming to the Voices, not The Voice. This is not The Voice. Adam Levine and those folks will not be here. This is not The Voice. This is Voices. It's one of the only online shows where we allow people to express their creativity in any way they see fit, whether it be through comedy or storytelling or song or rap or juggling or just standing on your head. Whatever it is, we like you to express your creativity here, and that's why we created this show. My name is Jermaine Trice. I'm with the Improv Place, and I am your host for the evening. Tonight we have a few very interesting people. We're gonna have one of our repeat offenders, let's say, Chris CMC. He's gonna be performing a rap. He's from New York City. We have Kim. She will be performing for us. We have Stephanie, who will be performing for us. And first up, we have all the way from, I think it's Vermont. We're going to have Cindy. Let's chat with Cindy a bit. Hi, Cindy. How are you?
Hi, Jermaine. I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain. So, Cindy, what brings you to Voices?
Well, I like to sing and play, and I like to sing and play for people, and it's really hard to do that these days. So I've been looking around for online outlets, and I stumbled across this, and grateful for the opportunity. Just realizing how fabulous my hair looks after a day at work, too.
It's fabulous. It's
There we
totally
go.
fabulous.
Now it's done. You are correct. I do live in Vermont. I live in southern Vermont, right on the border between New Hampshire and Massachusetts. We like to call it the Banana Belt because it's down south.
The Banana Belt?
Banana Belt, that's correct.
Cool. That's very cool. So, what was I going to ask you? I'm actually trying to multitask. As folks who watch this show know, I don't always do a great job in multitasking. So,
Shall I tell you a little bit about the songs that I'm going to play? Or no?
Let's do. Okay.
Hi.
Cool. Hi.
Look at you. I can see you now.
Look at me. You can see me now. Oh my God. Hi. I'm not just this
I
ominous voice. There's a guy there.
Right?
Yeah. So thank you for stumbling across this. So where did you find it, by the way? Was it in one of the posts somewhere?
It was somehow stumbled across one of the shows that had already occurred.
Oh.
And through that page and through that to contacting you and asking if I could play too.
Awesome.
Awesome. Just Facebook.
That's cool. You saw one of the shows. So now we have two people who've seen the shows. Me and you. That's awesome. That is awesome. So cool.
I'll share it with my cousins, and I have a large enough family that that'll mean at least another 20 people or so will have seen the show.
Oh
So,
wow, wow,
yeah.
wow. We're
Now, getting
going
into the
like.
that will significantly expand the audience for
Thanks. So
you.
what are you gonna be performing for us today?
I'm gonna do one little ditty that I wrote. It's a sweet little song. Um, Called Bedroom Blues. And then it's another song by a singer songwriter from the area. Her name is Elin Jewell. It's called One of These Days.
One of
And
these
kind of just
days.
one of those days. And it's kind of maybe describing how some of us may be feeling these days.
Ah,
So just two short little ditties, and I'll be playing them here on my kala tenor ukulele, and doing my best to sing along with that at the same time.
awesome. Well, you ready to get going?
Heck yeah!
Okay. Well, without further ado, here's Cindy.
Hello. I wrote this song. La la la. Every morning the alarm clock rings, and every morning the little birdies sing, and every morning you're not here with me. I just don't want to get out of my bed. I want to sleep, hold it through. I want to sleep away these blues, 'cause when I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming, I'm sleeping with you. So I just don't want to get out of my bed. Though the sun may shine, I don't mind. I just keep my sheets pulled tight. I was feeling fine till my peace of mind slipped away of a now it's a morning, and I can hear the alarm clock ring another morning, and I can hear the little birdies sing. It's morning, and you're not here with me, so I just don't want to get out of my bed. Pull the covers up over my head. No, I don't want to get out of my bed. That's called Bedroom Blues. Um, and that's thank you, Jermaine.
You're
And
welcome.
this is the Elin Jewell tune. There's something in the air, a burning hot and sweet. There's a man over there sitting in the street. Mm-hmm. I'm over here at 44, hitting all the steps by your back door. 'Cause this is one of those days. Well, the only thing that's moving is the laundry on the line, and a dusty dog that bites you just to kill the time. If you should find yourself rolling into this town, honey, do yourself a favor and just roll right back around, 'cause this is oh, one of those towns, and I'm having oh, one of those days. 'cause the man and he sure do treat me mean. He's the meanest, meanest a man I've ever seen. I go around, I just trying to make amends. He goes to town and just screws it up again. 'Cause he is, yes he is, just one of those men. And we live in one of those towns. So I'm having, oh, I'm having, I'm having, I'm having, I'm having one of those days. I got so thank you, Jermaine.
You're welcome. Wow, those were some pretty cool songs.
Well, thank
So the first one was that an original you said?
That was an original, and now that I've done this, and if you'll have me back, I have more originals that I'll share with you. But I think tonight I was only brave enough to do one. I wrote the first one, and the second one was written by Elin Jewell.
So let's talk about the first song. What was the title of it again?
Um, it's called Bedroom Blue.
So what inspired that song?
Not a damn thing.
Were you painting your bedroom blue one day and you're like, hey,
No,
bedroom
there's
blue?
not a lick of truth in it. I am happily married to somebody that I've been with for more than half my life. He's standing across the room, smiling at me. No, sometimes a song is like a gift, and it just lands on you, and start to finish, it's just in, and it comes out. Sometimes I set myself the task of writing a song, and I do an exercise. So that was an exercise song that I wrote.
Oh, awesome. Well, it was very, very, very good. So what about the second song? Oh, you're welcome. What about the second song? You said that was you had mentioned to me in the email that you sent that was kind of like your quarantine anthem.
Wait, can I tell a story about that? Do I have time? I wasn't brave enough to play that song. That song that I mentioned was a Hazmat Modine song. It's much
Oh,
harder than the Jewel song that I played. But
oh.
here's the thing. I posted about practicing that Hazmat Modine song. This is Facebook for you. This is the interwebs, people. So I posted a great picture of the food my husband made while I was in the other room working on that Hazmat Modine song called "There's Nothing to Eat in This House." Right? That's the name of
Yep.
the art. It's called "In
Hmm.
Our Home." Anyway, long story short, a friend of mine is a childhood friend of Wade, the lead singer from Hazmat Modine, who the next thing I know is commenting on that little book. And
Awesome.
yeah, like all that happened since I first emailed you, but I did not feel prepared to play that for you tonight. I'll play it another time though.
Ah, okay.
But I chose, you are right for remembering that theme, I chose this Elin Joel song because it, to me, kind of still has some of that angst feeling, right? About somebody feeling stuck about where they are and maybe not entirely happy about where they are, which is kind of interesting to the song too.
Cool, cool. Awesome sauce. Well, cool. Do you have any questions for me before we go?
Um, I don't have any questions for you, but I just have some words of gratitude. I had a great time. And I look forward to. I was unable to watch this, but I'll look forward to watching it later and seeing the rest of the performers. And thank you for creating space for people like me to share. I really
You are
appreciate it.
you are very welcome, and thank you for coming onto the show. Thanks again, Cindy, and have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the dinner. I hope your husband cooked something good for you. Okay, thank you very
He does.
much.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye, Cindy. Hello, it's me again. I'm back. Can you hear me? Thank you for coming. Hello, hello. Don't know where that came from. Anyways, so our next performer will be like I said before, there's like a repeat offender. Like this guy's like on every show. He's like, I want to be on this show because this is so cool and I like being on this show. And we like having him on this show because he's cool too. So this next up, we're gonna have a rap by CMC called COVID 4. COVID 4, and here it comes. Oh, and I'm still on the screen. The miracles of live TV.
Get the disaffected, man, this affected just sucks from the ass above. Fuck a massive love, fucking fed up, then dead up. Gotta pick the pen up, that's ain't no arrogance. Asparagus is asparagus, and since March it's been harsh. Another rinse march, all the buzzwords out aloud, all the cuss words are 6 feet of distance. Just fix me the pistons. My show was stolen from me, and I lost a soul in of me. A fucking class cancel, mass hassle, yeah that's neat. A fucking past me like the last week, wouldn't ask week. In the past we got along just fine. Now you say cuss mine, stealing the light from me, right for me, too right for me. A packets and packets and packets without practice and practice can attack this. Wanna come at this, attack this. The fact is, this is history with all the mystery and misery. The life counts, fuck the prick in the White House. I'll inject you, I bet you might have a change of heart when you've got Clorox. Your morons playing a major part, made you stay apart, and to slay the part. You wanna choose fast if you wanna be on the newscast. The president, folks, should be a peasant in most. Like when a president boasts and when a peasant roasts. We're just far past fucked by a large ass truck. What's that? The fucking door next? Whore sex or hornets? I'm just fucking pissing boys and the here a dissing voice. Got reduced hours, the new sours and the 2 cowards. I just go perfume with your perfume, Mr. Curfew. With your curve you, I murk you. Yeah, you work cute, but I'm at work you. Need to zip it to be specific. I gotta stay in quarantine to sustain the warranty. We're in a new place, a doom space, and it's two-faced. And who says to open up? Or are you smoking up? The decade got a shitty start, and with all the shitty start, you just write and write the dynamite with a pint of mic. Reach for the quadriceps and watch your step. Hips squeak. Are we this weak to be 6 feet up Shit's Creek? I'm the fucking poster guy, though I was supposed to die, but I rose up with the nose up. Now got rose up, fans and beats with our pants and beats and my sober wit. I just can't wait like a band-aid to get this over with.
And now I have sound. That was CMC with his COVID 4 song. All about COVID. It's all about the COVID, baby. It's all about the COVID. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Chris, for being on our show regularly. We appreciate you for being here. And hope you have more raps, and maybe you'll even come on our show live sometime. We shall see. Next up, we have Kim doing a monologue, I believe. Let's have a look.
Hi, coming to you from my home where I am appropriately quarantined and definitely staying at home. I've seen some different extremes with coworkers, like some people who are taking this COVID crisis super seriously with a shocking intensity, and then some other people who, let's just say that maybe they don't notice that big of a difference in their life. So on the one extreme, I have a coworker, when we were told that we would be working from home, she went to the grocery store, the only time that she's been in public in the last 7 weeks, and she apparently stocked up on kale. Poor planning on her part? Maybe. Or exactly the opposite if, I guess, all you want to do is eat kale, because She hasn't gotten any grocery deliveries. She hasn't gone to the grocery. She went home. She made kale, froze kale, and is eating kale constantly every day, a constant steady diet of kale. Now, while, I appreciate kale as much as the next gal, I can't imagine just like having a steady diet of kale. And I'm very hopeful that maybe she has some nuts or something else at home that she hasn't like told me about. But from what I'm hearing, that's what she's doing. Other extreme, I have a coworker who she has family right now. Her parents are staying in upstate New York. So she has made the journey to visit them frequently. And then she comes back to DC and she's been online dating. She's not necessarily dating around that much right now, but definitely going on some dates. Priorities, right? So anyway, one of these ventures that she took to New York when we first were staying at home, she called me and she told me that she was on her way to the train station. And I was thinking, like, train station? Like what do you things that, hey, we don't have those in DC, and they were able to put two and two together, and people asked her, hey, where are you? And she said, I didn't take a train. For the other people who are part of the team, I think that they didn't understand where that train bit of information came from, like why someone would like shout out didn't take a train. Me, I understood, and I was happy to know that I had made that little difference in her life. So other differences, usually gifts, like my sister, she'll send me, and I do love my sister, but for Christmas, like I got a chip bowl from her, and I don't know, I put it in a cabinet and it's taking up space, which, but I can appreciate a chip bowl sooner or later. I'm sure that I will use that chip bowl. Have not yet, but I'm sure I'll use that chip bowl. But like during the quarantine, I got a package from my sister, a surprise, and in it was a bag of flour. I was like insanely excited. I like imagined like making brownies, making cookies, because I have like an incredible sweet tooth, lacked flour, and was like so like over the top, like best gift ever. And then she also topped that off with some paper towels. And so I was like thinking, best sister ever. She's living in Texas now. And well, she's always lived in Texas. But I'm here. And so like around these stores, like I hadn't been like eyeing a bunch of paper towels, and I certainly haven't seen flour in a while. So I was like over the top. A year ago, if you would have told me that the best gift ever was a bag of flour, I would have thought, one, my sister was being cheap, and two, that I must have had some kind of mental break if I was like that thrilled about flour. But times change, right? Anyway, hope that everybody stays well, and hope to see you soon.
That was Kim from DC. Thank you very much, Kim, and thank you for being on the show. Interesting set of stories, quarantine style stories and such. So our next and final, maybe final. Let's see. Our next and potentially final performer will be Stephanie, and this is called Belarus and My Date with Josh. I'm very interested to see what this is about. Let's see.
Hey, Video Diary! So you can probably tell that I just got back from my date and it went really great, which, thank God, because I have needed something to distract myself today really badly, because today would have been Mr. Belarus's 28th birthday, and it's just been really hard. And I know that he would be really proud of me for going out, so this is him. I'm really, I'm trying to hang in there, so it was good. And his what about my date? Okay, his name is Josh. He's 50 years young, and he's an entrepreneur. And, I'm not gonna lie, I was crying a little bit because I was thinking about Mr. Belarus before the date. But he picked me up in a station wagon, which we all know is the sexiest wagon, so that like instantly cheered me up. It was great. And we went to this restaurant in Times Square, Olive Garden. And I know from the name it sounds like it's an Arabic place, but it's actually Italian, which is really great because I don't do spongy bread at all. And I'm not gonna lie, it started off a little bit rocky because the table next to us was like really laughing and like it was really distracting. And I'm 98% sure that they were laughing at my pimple here, if you could see it. Of course you can see it because it's so goddamn big. But I saw them and I told Josh, I was like, they're totally laughing at my pimple. And he was like, no, Stephanie, they're not laughing at you. They're laughing at the movie Downsize. I heard them. They said that they had just seen it. And I was like, Josh, there's no way they were laughing at the movie Downsize because that's not even a funny movie. So I went off on them a little bit. But they laughed, so I calmed down after that. And I read this tip in this magazine that said that men really like to be challenged in their relationships. So I challenged Josh to a breadstick eating contest. And I totally won because I finished 3 baskets of breadsticks all by myself. And he couldn't even get through his first one. What a silly. But we had to leave early because his Uber shift was starting soon. And I was really excited because I thought that he was gonna give me a kiss before he dropped me off. But he was like, I really need to go because I really, really need good ratings. So he just left and I just paid for the ride. Oh God, Mom, what? I'm doing my journal. Well, can't Mr. Belarus just stay in the freezer for just a few more minutes? It's his birthday, Mom! God, you're ruining my life!
Interesting. Mr. Belarus is in the freezer. Okay. Didn't see that one coming, did you? I didn't. Thank you very much, Stephanie, also from DC, for your very interesting story about your date with Josh and the 28th birthday of Mr. Belarus. Very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. So this is like totally like the end of the show, I think. Wow. Today was a short show. The short shows are good though. They don't all have to be like 5 hours, Yeah. So if you want to be on this show, you can be on this show. All you have to do is go to the improvplace.org/voices. There's a sign up form there. There's also all of our previous shows are there if you want to take a look to say, oh, I could do that. I totally want to be on this show. You can see all of our previous shows from there or on Facebook or on YouTube if you want to, as well as watching them live, like right now, live show, yay! And that is pretty much it. Thank you for watching and have a good night.